So we're back. I think we fooled everyone. See, we try to keep it short, people. We try to keep it to 30 minutes, trying to keep it going. We had some really great listener questions this week, and we were not going to skip them. But the minute we hit off, to give ourselves a minute to get a drink, what happens? Jamal Adams. So everything I just said about Jamal Adams in the last video, just ignore that. It's done. It's done.
Yeah, ignore what I said. Seahawks Twitter will implode if they don't do it because it's done.
Right.
Also, they're still imploding, but it's done.
It's done. Just ignore what I said. But I did say it'll get done. I just didn't know it was while I was speaking the words, I guess. No. So Jamal Adams
happened extension. While we're on the podcast. So thanks, John and Pete. We love you.
I guess they were listening. I said, get it done.
Obviously.
So what it was, we were like, see those girls in End Zone Scoop, they're right.
Yeah.
Jamal.
NFL UK people, they know what the hell they're talking about. We better listen to them. I'm telling you.
Let's get your donuts and get your deals.
For sure. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into these listener questions because they were really great this week. So from our friend Chris Lawton, who we just love and adore, he says, is the NFL clamping down on taunting a good way of diffusing situations before they occur, or are they in danger of returning to being the no fun league if they overemphasize it? Now, this is in reference, you guys, I don't know if you saw the video. The NFL decided that they were going to be a little more strict about the taunting, or the bullying rule, as we like to call it in our house. And that they were going to be cut down on it. Well, there was a running back. I think it was in the Colts game. I can't remember now. I'm so sorry. He got done. He carried 4 players 5 extra yards on his back with the ball in his hand. It was so Marshawn Lynch. It was beautiful. And he stands up. The guy on the ground had fallen right in front of him. And he went, oh, like this, like anyone would if you had carried all those taunting.
Yeah.
The biggest bunch of BS I had ever seen in my entire life. So that is what he is talking about. So I'm going to start with you, Liz. Do you think that they're clamping down the rule is going to diffuse any situations?
No, it's not going to change any situations because you can't hide your emotions on your face regardless of whether you do a Hulk action or kind of what. So I just feel if anything, it kind of takes away exactly what Chris said, just takes the fun away from the game, celebrations, taunting, however you look at it. A celebration is a taunt as well, technically. So,
right.
So what, you can't dance in the end zone anymore?
That's just it, though. They loosened the restrictions on celebrations in the end zone, but they're clamping down on taunting. Yeah. It's crazy to me. Shona, what do you think?
It's fun when it's not against your team. Sometimes it's kind of fun because you're like, well, our defense was terrible. They deserve to be taunted. It's kind of good fun, and it happens in all sports. Could you imagine if you're watching a Sporting Kansas game, Liz, and then the goal scorer is not allowed to celebrate? Exactly. Nuts. It's so fun when you get you see guys flexing, when Frank Clark did. He flexed on the player when he got an amazing tackle, and they're excited, they're happy with their job that they've done. So why shouldn't they celebrate what they were doing on the pitch?
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of this stems back to what happened in the Browns-Steelers game last year, and we got people hit with helmets and things like that. Those type of fights are going to happen no matter if someone is talking, complete shit on the field or not. You know what I mean? That had been a long time coming. There was a little history behind it. You're not going to stop that. These are grown men with warrior level emotions is the way I put it. You know what I mean? And so there's some people, they just can't let that go. I think back to even the 90s Cowboys team, which you guys will not remember. I have never seen a team talk so much crap in my entire life. I mean, Deion Sanders was the master of talking crap. And some of these guys that you think are just so sweet and Philip Rivers, such a nice, good little Catholic man with his 7,000 children or everything, talk crap constantly on the field, right? And the thing is, Catholics, he just has 9 or 10 children. But he talks so much smack on the field.
They all
is
do.
that going to be considered
Yeah, exactly.
now? Like it wouldn't have flown back then.
Yeah.
I think that they'll realize pretty quickly how ridiculous this is, and
Like
hopefully
my brother and our cousin were playing against each other in a game a few weeks ago, and they were like slacking each other off. They were like, "What are you doing, you maggot? Like, well, get away from me, you lanky stupid fish!" Like, that's just what you do.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Trash talk's normal.
I know. Yeah. It's so true. So I think to answer Chris's question, I hope they knock it off. That's all I'm going to say. I hope they just relax.
It's really boring when it'd be like, I don't know. Like,
I know. Button up professionals. I'm not in the mood for on my field. You know what I mean? I want them fun. All right. So then Johnny asked us, why does the media always hype up successes and struggles in the preseason? And we talked about this in our last video, but there's one other thing. This is the perfect example of what just happened with Jamal Adams. So there are a handful of Seattle Seahawks media members, and there's a handful of national media members, Pro Football Focus. I'm just going to keep saying PFF because that's them. But they were like,
she's got your number. She's watching you, PFF. She's got your number, so you know. Seriously.
Just say it. But they were going on and on and on about how they're going to tag Jamal Adams and they're so far apart, and boom, it's done. I wonder if, like we said last time, is it a lack of stuff to talk about, or they just have gotten so overly dramatic with everything? Liz, what do you think?
I say this about a lot of things with media. They've just got nothing better to say, so they just pick on these little things and blow out proportion, start crap that doesn't actually exist. Yeah, that's right. You.
Completely agree. Yeah, Shona, you agree?
It's one of the main reasons why I'm actually leaving journalism full time.
Sorry, nothing makes your job, June.
No, yeah, go into journalism if you want, guys. Just it's not really for me. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I feel like for me, when I was thinking back to when I covered my football team, you're literally scraping the barrel for anything. Like at one point, I had to write a story about this director who'd put his season ticket on eBay. He hadn't put his season ticket on eBay. Somebody put it on eBay. Obviously, it was when the club was in trouble, and I had to write this story about club director puts his ticket on eBay, and like this is the stuff that you have to write to keep your fans engaged, keep them interested in stuff that's going on. So create a bit of drama, and yeah, I guess that's what they're doing.
Right.
EFF, seriously, Dana is
right. Seriously, they ignore me. But here's the thing: we also have to remember that we are part of the problem. Fans are part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because they put something out there, and it's not just Pro Football. I just like to pick. Sorry, I just like to pick on you a little bit, but all media, it's like they say something inflammatory so that they get the feedback from fans. Absolutely. They do that purposely. So if you read something and you're like, that is such a bunch of crap, don't comment, ignore it. And then they won't be so apt to put it on there again. Although it is annoying. I get it. All right. And then our last listener question was, is it actually possible for the Texans to go 0-17? Or does the two games against the Jags make that impossible? David Howell, I love this question. Thank you so much. Shona, I'm going to let you go first.
When I read this question, I did burst out laughing because you don't actually know who is going to be worse out of the two. So maybe they'll get like a 1-1. Maybe they'll both be 1-17. Maybe the Texans will beat the Jags, and then the Texans will be like, you let us win, we'll let you win. Back scratch type thing. But no, I cannot see the Texans doing well this year at all. It would be quite possible for them to go 0-17. We just need to know how bad the Jags are going to be.
Mm-hmm. It's true. What do you think, Liz?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Texans, they're not going to win this season. I don't think they'll win anything. And that's it. Done. Over. Out.
I think it's really hard for an NFL team to lose every game, as we've seen, right? It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans could manage to put together at least maybe, I was thinking a 2 to 3 win season, because look how much they struggled even with Deshaun Watson, right? Yeah, and so, they weren't rolling through things. And so without him, and that's nothing against Tyrod Taylor. I love Tyrod Taylor. I've been a Tyrod Taylor fan forever. but the rest of this team is just put together disastrously. As for Jacksonville, I don't know what to think of them. I think they picked up a few good players. They have their brand new shiny quarterback. And,
shiny coach, if you want to put it that way.
What?
Brand new shiny coach, if you want to put it that way. I mean, I think
he's pretty tarnished in the college world.
Yeah, definitely tarnished in the college world, but they might see it as new and shiny. I don't know. Just don't look at his history, guys. That's all I'm saying.
I think that he has something to prove for sure. Urban Meyer has something to prove. And I think that Trevor Lawrence will have something to prove because there has been so much hype about him and his hair. But so I think that it is going to be, we could see a pretty decent season. Now, decent, do they hit, this is so annoying to me. I was just about to say, could they hit 500? No one. You're either over 500 because of damn odd number of games. I hate it. Anyway, so could they get 8 to 9 wins? I don't know. I think that they are going to be the team to see kind of how they start to put together those first 4 weeks of the regular season. Could be disaster, and it might be all right. We'll kind of have to see how that goes. So, all right, everybody. Well, now we really are done. We just wanted to give the listener questions the proper attention that they deserved. So once again, we will be back in 3 weeks, the Tuesday before the season starts. We are going to give a rundown of everything that has happened in preseason, including the injuries, because you guys know by then there's going to be some doozy injuries we're going to have to talk about, but we really hope that you guys join us again then. So good night, everybody. Have a good one.
See you later and go tomorrow.